Hey guys, what's up? I got out the mystery box here, got something new, so let's see what we're working with. Oh, these are Cheetos. Oh, scratch that. It tastes like shit. These are not Cheetos. That wasn't a good idea. Oh, look at this. Oh, something pretty big. Oh, this is an SKS. Nice. Nice. It's got a scope here. Let's see, what is this? 4x28. Bipod. Got a muzzle brake over here too. Wow. Let me put this down and I'll bring out the gun. Make sure it doesn't hit the scope here. I'll be back in a second. Look at that. So really nice gun. Let me put you guys down here. This is an SKS, as you probably could tell by the title of the video. Caliber 7.62 by 39. Obviously. Wow, this gun is probably one of my favorite guns. It's just so simplistic and easy to work with. Let's see, let me give you a little overview on this particular rifle. This is a Chinese model. There's obviously Russian models, Yugoslavian, and I think there's a few other countries that have made their own versions of it. This being a Chinese model, yeah, it's all right, right? You know, you think Chinese, it's got to be pretty shitty. I'd agree with you. I don't really like the Chinese model SKSs. This one's actually not too bad. It shoots straight though. Man, it is accurate. Very surprised when I found out that it was a Chinese model. I was asking my dad, I was like, hey, when did you get this? What company was it, or which country was it from? He said it was a Chinese model, and they bought it for, him and his buddies bought it in a group buy for, I think, $130 or somewhere in that area, kind of similar to what they bought when they bought the FN49, around the same price, you know, about $200. And these guns now go for about $300-400, even cheaper sometimes. And those are even better ones. Those are Yugoslavian ones. I've heard the Yugoslavian ones are much better than the other ones. Obviously, the Russian ones are pretty good, but the Yugo, I think it's M59/66 or something like that, is one of the better ones. I've seen it, and that has the bayonet that folds underneath here. It's like a blade, like a knife blade, kind of like this is an AK bayonet, but kind of like just like a blade like this, but it's double-edged and it doesn't have a handle or anything. It's just a straight blade. But this one, actually, we have the spike bayonet. Oh, that's my dogs. Hold on. So this one has a spike bayonet that has an opening right here in the stock. You can see that. Yeah, so the bayonet attaches where this bipod is attached right now, and you pull it forward and it goes over the front of the barrel, not in front of this muzzle brake, obviously, but it goes over the top of that and snaps on. So it's locked into position, and then like you pull it forward and then you bring it back and fold it back on itself, and it fits into this part in the stock. And the spike bayonets are pretty good in that you won't cut your hand or anything trying to mess with it, But I like the M59 ones, the Yugo. I think it's 5966. Yeah, I'm not sure if that's correct. I'll refer to it as the Yugo SKS. But yeah, the Yugo SKS bayonets, I really like those. The blade, it looks nicer, in my opinion. Now, you know, we've obviously taken it off because we decided to go with this little muzzle brake device here to help reduce the recoil, because we got the bipod on it, so we can do some bench rest shooting, or you could just prop it up on an area and, you know, on anything. This is a pretty rugged bipod for it, and it can take a beating. You know, a little swivelly, so it can move around. It's not like super tight to where it will loosen up with recoil. It can give and take a little. So you know, the bayonet is something that we really didn't see that we would need. This is probably more functional, you know, for most people to have a bipod integrated into the gun. You know, the barrel clamp one looked like shit, but this one just kind of works good. And if you use the Picatinny one, then that one, you know, you got to put a rail on the barrel, and that looks like crap. Or you got to put another stock on, make it tactical, but I don't want to do that. You know, this is the wood here. This is original wood that we got with it. This was also covered in, I think it's called cosmoline, or some kind of grease stuff. Really just thick with grease. But I think they meaning my dad and his buddies, they did like a finish coat on it, and my brother and I got a hold of it. We took that coat off and we stained it with a mahogany stain that's more of a cherry, and so it came out as a cherry on the FN49, which is if you go to my videos you can see the FN49. That one looks beautiful, but on this one it stayed a little light, which was pretty good. On the FN49 it looks good that it's dark, but on this one it looks nice that it's a lighter color. And so it kind of gives it an authentic look, kind of. And so this the stock, to our knowledge, is original from the manufacturer. So that's kind of cool that it could last that long. I don't know the year model on this one. I can't date it. This one has all the numbers on the bolt, and I believe it should be on the trigger guard. Yeah, so this is numbers matching for the magazine. For the box magazine, I don't know if you guys noticed that, but this has a 10-round box magazine. So, yeah, and what was I saying? Oh yeah, the numbers. It's numbers matching from the bolt carrier to the magazine and the trigger group here, trigger guard, and to the receiver. Yeah, it looks like to be the same number, or it has the same numbers in it. This has AK style front and front and rear sight. Okay, you know, flips up like that. It has the adjustable sight that you can. Let me see where it's set at. Okay, yeah, so you can just do that. You know, to however many yards. I think it's probably going to be going up to. It's going to say 1,000 meters, but I think it'd probably be like 800. Yeah, it goes from 1 through 9, no, 1 through 10. So I'm thinking that's probably 10, meaning 1,000. But this round is probably capable of 800 yards, meaning 800 yards maximum. You know, it's not going to travel past that, but it's probably effective to about 300 yards, 400 yards or so. You could still hit someone, reach out and touch them at probably 600, 700, 800 yards. And I think you'll be able to do some damage, but effectively, what you could see with iron sights probably 300 yards, 400 yards. You know, after that it would be probably kind of difficult. Barrel length here. Let me go ahead and measure that for you guys. So the barrel length here is this is a 20-inch barrel. Let me make sure I got this all good in here. This would be, yeah, this is a 20-inch barrel up to here, and then with the device you're looking at a 22 and a half or 23. Yeah, 23. So 23 with that. Oh, you guys don't have to worry about that. It fell on the cocking knob, so it didn't hit the scope or anything. But yeah, so that's the barrel length there. Other features on the outside, you know, obviously the scope. This did come with the original dust cover here. Iron sights is good and all, and which is why we actually kept it. This is a high-rise mount, so you can mount a scope and you can mount a well, just mount a scope, but you can still use your iron sights through the bottom. So it would look like, let me see if I can show you guys what it would look like. See how you can see underneath that little square of light right up here? So you could still use the iron sights underneath, and you can use your scope up top if you have to. 4 power is not too much, but it's enough to get you a good clear picture and probably faster target acquisition than you would with iron sights. Because you know how these 8K style iron sights are, they're kind of crude. But actually something to note is that this was designed before the AK. So AK has SKS type sights. Or at least I think that's how it went. What was that? Yeah, so I still have the original dust cover and everything, but this was more practical for us. And something I probably should go over, because people from all around the world probably can watch these videos that I put up, but people in other states probably don't have as strict laws as we do here in California. And you're wondering why I have a 10-round box magazine when you may be able to put magazines in your gun. Well, obviously, if you know California law, we can't have more than 10 rounds affixed to the rifle. So that's what I'm going to tell people who don't know so much about the guns. Maybe you're looking to buy one, that yes, you can get 10-round detachable, 15, 20, 30-round detachable magazines. You can buy them. But I think the law in California says you can't have detachable, period. You can, not even 10 round. That's what they say. And then I think the Russian ones were banned as well. And then the Yugo ones, they just recently started banning those because those have the grenade launching muzzle device in the front. So you can put because it's considered like a destructive device, I think, something like that. And so they're recently banning those, but all they did was like cut them. I believe they cut them in the front, and now those are fine. You can buy those still. And also, maybe you don't know, but they do make drum mags for the 75-round drum mags for the SKS. They're more expensive than the AK ones, but they do make them. Now that we're still on, we're on magazines, let me tell you guys that you cannot use AK magazines for this. I've seen them in Cheaper Than Dirt catalogs, and I've seen a magazine in person for an SKS. But the AK magazine is only about this wide, whereas the SKS one is this wide. Okay? So let me, I don't know if you guys can see that. Let me try to get this in a little closer here. So this is what the AK magazine would be. It would only be about like that much, whereas the SKS ones are that long. Okay, and it's a different design, and they don't fit. Period. I've seen people talk about it on forums and whatnot. It does not fit, so you cannot do that. So don't even try it. Don't even think it'll work. It won't work. People have tried it, and other people on forums are like, "Wow, you're really stupid. That'll never happen." Now I pretty much went over everything. You know, oh, I didn't mention here. This actually has a cleaning kit in the buttstock, which I thought was pretty cool. So usually I get my finger pinched. It's a trap door system, and they just drilled a hole into the buttstock. Here you got yourself a little cleaning kit. You can pull that out, and you got yourself I think this is just to push swabs out the tip. This also wraps swabs around a brush, 30 cal brush, and you get that. And you're probably wondering, well, where's the rod? Well, there is a rod. It comes with the rifle. These kits probably don't come with your rifle all the time, because some of them don't have the stock drilled out in the back, or maybe it's a different stock, like a Tapco stock or whatever. But if you have a wood one, you probably should have it. In the front, I'll try my best to show you guys this, but you see that right there? Okay. And you see that hole right there? Okay. And then, let's see if you can see that hole right here? Okay. Now I can tell you. A rod goes all the way through this and into the stock. Alright? And it's not a rod for the recoiling mechanism or anything like that. It's actually the cleaning rod. So you have your cleaning rod with you, you have your cleaning kit with you, and you could probably tear off a piece of your shirt or something. I'm talking about a battle situation, a piece of your shirt, a piece of rag or something, and you can swab down your bore, you know, dip it in motor oil and clean it out at night when you're resting or whatnot. Or you can use it, you know, if you're at home. So that's pretty cool. I think that's a really cool feature about this gun, that you got that. That you have your cleaning utilities, everything's with you whenever you need it, you know, besides the oil bottle. That you could even drill out another hole back here and probably put a different butt plate on here. You can get an oil bottle for it too. That's not a big problem. One more thing before I talk about the price and availability now. One more thing is the magazine thing. You're probably thinking how slow it is, you know, oh, I can't use detachable magazines, I have to load them in one by one. Well, actually these take stripper clips. And stripper clips, in my opinion, are a little bit faster in that if you have to, you know, load your gun in a hurry and you can't load up your magazine, well, then you can just drop your stripper clip straight into here and push them in, just like that. Okay? So you can have a bunch of stripper clips with you and you could just be rocking and rolling. You know, even if you're at the range or whatever and you're just going to shoot and whatnot, you don't have to worry about using a bullet button and all that crap. So that's probably one of the best things about it, which leads me to the price and availability, and is it good, is it worth the money or not. So I said, like, these are worth $300-400 now. You can find it for a little cheaper. That's pretty much what the market value I've seen for these guns at local gun stores as well as online. Better condition and even in worse condition, so you got to watch out for that kind of stuff. But yeah, for $400 you'll get a really good gun, a really good Yugo SKS. I think Big 5 carries these as well. Yugo again, probably not Chinese. Chinese. I don't think this is not a Norinco model, because I think all the Norinco ones are completely banned from the U.S. That was a little sidetrack, but so, you know, for the price, this is probably the gun that I recommend that people start out with if they're going to get into rifles and firearms. I say that because AR-15s are really expensive to get. You know, you're already in $800-900, maybe $700 into a rifle with no ammunition, and that's a lot of money. And that's probably not even any sights. You know, here at least you got your iron sights already fixed to the rifle, and for $400, it's half the cost. It's still a pretty good hit and run, but that doesn't matter if you're going to be shooting paper. Most people shoot 100 yards, maybe 200 yards. If you're going to be shooting, you know, past 200, or you want 200 and you want to be saying, I need, you know, within one MOA or whatever, then you probably shouldn't be buying an SKS. You shouldn't even be looking to spend $400. You should be looking to spend at least over $1,000 on a gun. So this is more for an entry-level person. You can compare it to the Mini 14. Yeah, Mini 14 is a good competitor to this, but this is considered a battle rifle. So this has been used in battle. So that's what makes this gun really good. The mechanism in here is really reliable. I'll show you that in my disassembly video, and you guys can see that. And yeah, so that's pretty much all I have to say. That it's a really good gun for the price. And if I had no prior knowledge of firearms, or if I didn't have as much money, like I didn't have $900 to spend on a gun, I would buy this one for $400 and 1,000 rounds of ammunition for another couple $100. And for $600-700, I could be set ready to shoot. This would be the first gun I would buy. If I could do it over, as in the sense of me being a first-time buyer and not knowing much about firearms. You can't go wrong with this gun. Ammunition's cheap. if you can buy an AK after this, and you can share the same ammunition and whatnot. So that's all I have to say here about the SKS. And if you guys have any questions or comments or anything like that, please leave them below, or send me a private message. That's fine too, and I'll get back to you guys. Alright, well, I'll talk to you guys later.